short pitch over a bunker. Why do I see week in, week out people coming to me who can't play this shot, and I see this deceleration and try and scoop the ball up in the air? Are they so stupid that they can't do this properly? No, there's some logic to what they're thinking about, but it doesn't work with this game. Let me explain. Welcome to the Saturday live session where I answer your questions, or I pick a theme that I've seen during the week that's relevant to mid to high handicap golfers, solving the problems and giving you more fun on the golf course. So, the short pitch shot. Why do we see deceleration and scooping? These are actually quite two logical things to do. If I decelerate, I don't create as much speed, so I'm not going to send the ball too far. There's a bit of logic in that. So why does that create a top shot? That's a bit weird. And then if I'm scooping the ball, scooping creates more loft. That makes a bit of sense. So I'm trying to get the ball up in the air, but if I scoop with a golf ball, it ain't going to work. The big problem in this game is that the ball's too small. If I was to apply these two principles to a bigger ball, decelerate and scoop, works like a dream. So we need to get some geometry and physics of the exercise to understand the concept of really what's going to happen to get a golf ball up in the air. Let me demonstrate. Because this game has a very small ball. I blame the Scottish. Miserable buggers didn't make the ball big enough. I'm allowed to say that because I'm Scottish. So, here's concept. If I've got a golf ball that's lying on the ground, let me stick my bigger baseball away at the moment. If I've got a small ball that's lying on the ground and I try and scoop the ball up in the air, it's very, very difficult to get the leading edge of the club hitting somewhere underneath the equator of the ball. So the club has got to be coming in either straight to the ball or slightly leaning forward to the ball to actually hit the ball in the sweet spot. If I had a much bigger ball, this game would be a piece of cake. But it's also, well, we love this game so much. It's a big challenge. So if I go with my scoop method, as long as I hit somewhere underneath the equator of the ball's going to pop up in the air. So we need a slightly different concept of decelerate and scoop to actually hit the golf ball properly, to be able to pitch over a bunker or water or whatever it is. Okay, so let's deal with concept. Number one, where does the low point in the club head swing come? Now, that's related to your body primarily. So where the sternum is, the middle of your rib cage, is where the hands are going to reach their lowest point. That makes sense then. That's where the club head reaches its lowest point. So if I've got the sternum in the right place relative to the ball, opposite the ball or even slightly in front of the ball, there's a very good chance that that leading edge is going to hit underneath the equator of the ball and the ball's going to pop up in the air. Woo! So it's a very different concept to actually the big ball concept where the decelerate, where the sternum tends to fall back behind the ball, and scoop, where we're just presenting the leading edge to the ball, doesn't work. So we've solved problem number one. We have got the body in the right place, and the way to do that more easily is to make sure that the body, upper body, is turning through strike. Imagine where my sternum is. It's moving left, 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 left as I'm swinging down, which means the low point relative to the ball is going left, 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 or target side of the ball. So I'm much lower, more likely to bottom out in the right place. So actually for this shot, ball position doesn't matter too much. I could put the ball way outside my left foot. As long as the sternum is opposite the ball at strike, I'm going to hit underneath the equator of the ball and get it up in the air. So just ball position or just weight. So I could do also lots of people talk about, oh, the weight's got to be left and the ball position, blah, 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 blah. I could play the ball outside my right foot, have the full weight of my on the right side, get the sternum in the right place, and I could actually get the ball up in the air that way as well. So sternum is the critical part of the body placement to the ball. So to hit the short pitch shot, actually rather than decelerate where the sternum tends to move in the wrong direction, we need to accelerate. So the way to control the speed is with the length of your turn. So short turn, short speed. If we've got a very delicate shot, we could even grip down the club. That reduces the radius, that reduces the speed, and we can still make quite an aggressive turn. So that's the body concept, but we still got to get rid of the scoop, which can still present the leading edge too high on the face of the ball, almost at the equator or above the equator. How do we do that? For the right-hand golfer, sorry lefties, I keep apologizing, but you're 4% of the golfing population. What I like to think about is that the right hand stays very passive or soft through strike. The more active the right hand is, the more it's going to scoop. Or as the great Seve Ballesteros used to say, right hand under. Right hand under. He would always think of the right hand staying under his left hand as he's swinging through. So again, we're avoiding the scooping motion where the right hand overtakes the left. We're just getting the right hand staying underneath the left, and then the body turn is controlling the whole show. So I can play with ball position a little bit. Personally, I just play it middle of the stance, maybe left foot slightly if I've got to get high quickly. The easy way to get high is get a lob wedge, then you're going to pop it up in the air from my middle ball position. That's fine, okay? So if I get these two things together, the body turning, so the sternum's going to be opposite the ball or ahead of the ball at strike, and I get the right hand staying under the left, while the right hand soft relative to the left grip pressure. So soft right hand, upper body turning. Then the concept makes sense. And as soon as my customer this week got the concept and the picture, she was off. Every ball was just popping up in the air. So I really hope that gives you a better idea of why we see this common problem, and maybe it's one of yours, of thinning shots when they're particularly delicate round the green, sternum in the wrong place for a golf ball shot, scooping not beneficial for loft because of where the leading edge is relative to the equator of the ball in a golf shot when the ball's lying on the ground, which would work perfectly with a beach ball or a football or whatever. Thanks for watching. If you're struggling with your game, I have 20 places only available for my video exchange coaching. You can pop down into the description here at Buy Me a Coffee and read all about it. And if you're thinking I could help you with your game, I'd be delighted to do that. Look forward to seeing you soon for the next Saturday live edition.